Hello! Welcome back to a Tech Ambrosia Saturday stream. I hope everybody's had a good week. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. And I was gonna say, let's say hi to folks in chat, but we've got Trina from Trina's Technobabble is here, and Dave from David Starbuck is here, and that's it. We're doing a 3D printer stream, and that's okay. Most of these don't really get a ton of traction, so that's not a big deal. We are assembling this big guy right here, which is the Sovol SV08. It is a 350 by 350 by 345 millimeter 3D printer. That's the build volume. It is Core XY flying Gantry based on the Voron 2.4. Based very prominently on the Voron 2.4. In fact, Sovol donates $2 of every sale to the Voron Design Foundation. So that's pretty great. Trina says, I am here to see if it fits. So one of the things I'm going to do with this, and I didn't bring it with me, in the trunk of my car is like a 45-pound paving stone. It's a 2 foot by 2 foot paving stone that this thing's going to sit on, way back over there in the corner. I have moved the desk cam, so if we take a look at the desk cam over here, you can see the extent of the damage. You have no idea how long it took. Let's get this thing to focus. Come on, you. Focus. There we go. You have no idea how long it took to get this shelf over here actually empty. That's where my Ender 3 was sitting. That's where the Sovol is going to go. But it's going to go on top of a 2 foot by 2 foot paving stone. Which I have not brought up to my apartment because it's like 45 pounds, and I got 3 hours of sleep last night, and I'm exhausted. It was enough work to get it in the trunk of my car, so we're going to put this thing together, and it's going to live here for a little while until I get the energy to bring the paving stone up, and we'll see if it fits then. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. Trina says I have a good idea as someone with limited space. Yeah, I'm living in a one bedroom apartment hellhole. It's pretty bad. So yeah, there's not a lot else to the stream. We're gonna put this thing together, unbox it, assemble it, test it, make sure it works. Go through some mitigations for known issues with this printer because it's not a 100% perfect printer. There are some very much known issues out of the box with it, so we'll see if we can mitigate any of those before we shut down the stream. Yeah. So, yeah, not a lot of folks to say hi to in the chat. The first thing I wanted to do, though, Ron from Ron's Computer Videos sent over a box, and I wanted to open it up here on stream. I've removed all of the personal information from it, I think. Let's go ahead and pop this open. You know Ron, he just does this once in a while. Just send you a box of goodies. So let's see what it is this time. Oh, I know what this is. This is... Hey, Eric's Edge is here. Hello, Eric. How's it going? How's it going? This is a hoodie with... It's a hoodie in the Ace Pride flag colors with a Ron's Computer Videos logo on it. How nice. Awesome. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. I bought this and paid for it, so it's not that much of a mystery to me, but it's pretty cool anyway. I can't wait. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff here on the desk, and I'm going to shuffle a little bit of it around. There we go. Just to make room for this thing, because like, look at the size of this box. This dish is... I don't know if this comes across on camera, but like, here's a 2-liter bottle. Like it's huge. This thing is enormous. All right, so there we go. Let's get it open first of all. It's gonna have to go somewhere, probably on the floor. I don't know where on the floor though. There we go. A little card for Sovol technical support, which is nice. Okay. Just a little bit large. Just a little bit large. Holy cow. All right. So here's what we are working with. Let me get this stuff. I have accessories for this, by the way. Number one, the things that we're going to mitigate on it is replacing the main board fan with an Noctua. Oh boy! All right. Get this filament out of the way. Got some fresh filament to test it out with. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, to stay down there so y'all can see it. Okay. So we've got printed user manual, Wi-Fi connection guide. Great. Actually, forgot that this thing had Wi-Fi. I was gonna hook it up with some Ethernet. But let's see. It's a little box that says US plug. This looks like it's got all the accessories and tools. Also, yes, a US plug. Look at this. You get like a real like screwdriver thing for the hex bits. That's nice. No stupid Allen keys. All right, let's keep that nearby. Gonna need that. Oh, we get a miniature spool of filament, which is adorable. I think the early review copies of this actually only came with like a coil in a bag. So having a miniature spool is an improvement. That's nice. Okay, so the first thing here, I wish I had like a nice overhead rig for you guys. The first thing we're going to do, though, it looks like this is the flying gantry. Oh, and it is covered in oil on the underside. Nice. That's great. Yeah, there's our flying gantry. So this is where the tool head mounts, and this is how the tool head moves around. So this whole thing goes inside the printer frame, and then this moves up and down instead of the bed moving up and down. This becomes your Z-axis. So that's cool. That's all assembled. And yeah, just covered in grease on the underside from the linear rails. So that's great. My hands are now completely greased. Gross. Let's put you over here. Oh boy. Oh, let's see. This comes out. We've got one more thing in here. Looks like it's the top hat. Yeah. This is the top of the printer. There we go. That's not bad. This is some kind of machined aluminum. We've got some bolted corners. don't know if you can see that, but we've got bolted on corners here. And these look like they're just custom extrusions. Pretty rigid, very lightweight. We've got some built-in LED lights up here. So that's nice. So there's the gantry and the top. That is a lot of foam. Okay, here's the meat of the stuff. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 uprights for the Z-axis. We've got an extruder assembly with all of its wires. This is the complete tool head, extruder and hot end. This looks like, yeah, this is our spool holder. It's going to go on the top. I don't know if I'm going to have room for it on the top. We'll see. Oh, this is so much stuff. Oh, let's grab these Z-axis assemblies. So that's what these look like. We've got 4 of these. And yes, 4 of these. So each one of these has its own stepper motor. And you lay the flying gantry on there, and it uses that to level itself. Well, it doesn't use that, but you'll see in a minute. Got some packing tape on all these things I want to remove. Okay. Where do we put these? We go there. Room for 4 of them there. 2. These look identical. I don't think there's a difference between them. Oh, there is. They're marked. So you can see they're marked on the front which Z-axis they are specifically. Good to know. On you. There we go. That is Z number 1. So there's our 4 Z risers. The tool head, which goes down into the next thing, is the little LCD screen. And this comes out. Oh, there's the whole base of the thing is right there. Okay. Wow. Oh boy. Alrighty. I've been curious. What is this print bed made out of? Supposedly it's PEI, but I don't believe it. Usually when it's black, it's not PEI, but there's some gunk on the edge of it. That's good. Nice. Okay, I gotta get this out of this box. Where on earth am I gonna put all this stuff? Oh, let's see. Ideally, put the box on the floor and pull the base of it out of the box. We got holders. Keep it in there. Nice. Get rid of those. Oh, there we go. There she is. Whew. Dang. That's a lot of printer. Oh. Alright. Well, I'm covered in cardboard bits. Okay. Z assemblies. Don't need all this filament out here right now. Okay. Whew. That is so much stuff. Oh boy. Okay. We've got some more people, some more folks here. All right, let's say hi to the folks in chat. Oh. Carthor, hello. Welcome to the stream. It's a slightly more chaotic stream than usual today. Trina says, not the first time I've said my hands are now covered in grease. It's good. It's good that the linear bearings or the linear rods, no, the linear bearings are pre-greased, but yeah. Ew. Who else we got here? NVIDIA is here. NVIDIA says 3D printer content. Oh, yes, sir. Hello, how's it going? Ian Scott is here. Hello, welcome to the stream. Clarjon 1 Plus is here. Hello, welcome. All right, yeah. So I did skim through the manual before stream, before I went and got my 45-pound paving stone. It's not quite as huge as I thought it was going to be. It's still very large, though. You can see, like, where's my Z number 3? Guessing that's this one? Yeah. Z number 3, like, goes over here. You can see how large this thing is. Like, here's the feet for it, right? So here's the foot that it sits on, and then Z number 3 is going to go here. So this goes in underneath the base. Oh yeah, no. So it's a big printer. It's gonna be about yay tall. I think it'll be all right with the spool holder actually. If it ends up being this tall and hanging off like that, I should have enough room for the spool holder. That's not so bad. It's that XY size that I'm worried about. Oh boy. Okay. Well, let's grab the manual. And Trina asks, why are you sitting it on a paving stone? So the shelf I'm going to put it on is this one over here, way over here. And it's only 18 inches deep. And this printer is about 22 inches deep. So first of all, I want something for it to just sit on. But also, it's kind of part of the 3D printer meta, is if you put a printer on like some exercise mat and then a paving stone, it basically cancels out all the vibrations from the printer. And this thing is going to be moving very fast. So I would like to cancel out its vibrations, if at all possible. So that's the idea. And that's part of the reason I don't have the paving stone here with me right now. It's in the trunk of my car. I need to pick up some exercise mat. I just didn't have any time before stream today. Oh. Yeah, no, that's, yeah. It's all about, so there's a couple of ways you can approach, vibration reduction. You can spring, you can spring a mass so that it is allowed to vibrate freely without affecting the surface that it's attached to. Or you can increase the mass of it, or absorb the vibration through either mass or through damping, right? Like that's how shock absorbers on cars work. They're oil-filled dampers. They absorb the shock. But also like just a bunch of weight, like in a skyscraper, you'll have a tuned mass damper up in like about 75% of the way up the skyscraper. There'll be just a big weight just suspended in the middle of the skyscraper, just to keep it from like shaking around too much. Same idea. Put a paving stone under your 3D printer. It's super heavy. It's, I don't know how I'm going to get it up here, but it's, you know, it absorbs the vibration, keeps it from shaking and rattling whatever shelf it's on, which is helpful. Carthor says, looks like a nice 3D printer. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got a couple of issues. There's a couple of known bugs with it. We'll see how bad this this motherboard fan is, because this definitely looks like it's a revision model. This was released about 6 months ago. Hopefully Sovol's been doing some revisions to it. We'll see. But one of the big things, I've got 2 spare tool heads with this thing, because I'm going to eventually turn it into a tool changer. So we take a look at one of the spare tool heads here. We can see, let's see, here's the hot end of the tool head. You see there's a little, see that black plastic thing with like a bullseye on it? That's the eddy current bed leveling sensor. And it kind of sucks. Pretty much all inductive sensors are sensitive to heat. Even BL touches sometimes are sensitive to heat, like they might not release if they're too warm. There isn't really, you know, other than going with something else like a clicky probe, there's really no way around it. So my hope is when we set this thing up later, I can try and mitigate some of the error that's inherent in this bed leveling sensor. It's probably the weakest part of this machine, honestly, is the bed leveling. Now the thing about it is, because it's flying gantry, right? So that gantry back there, this lives in the gantry. It can always level itself, quad gantry level, and then it should be able to get to like the middle of the bed, like 5 millimeters off the middle of the bed. And my hope is I can do that as a macro, because this whole thing runs Clipper, so you can set up macros, just tell it to like do this set of steps. My hope is that I can have it do a quad gantry level, then move to 5 millimeters off the bed, and then let it sit and warm up. So we'll warm up the bed, and we'll warm up the nozzle, and get it to heat soak a little bit, and get that eddy current probe to really soak in the heat. That doesn't make it more accurate, but it makes it more predictable, makes it more consistent. And consistency is all you really need. Like this probe does not need to know where the bottom of the bed is. It doesn't actually need to know, because on the very back of the printer, way back here, you probably can't see it, but there's a little silver guy down here, and that is a strain gauge, I think. It's some kind of a like nozzle force tester thingamabob. That's how it does the Z offset. So it'll drop the nozzle onto that sensor and say, okay, well that's where my nozzle is. Then it calculates the Z offset between what the eddy current probe says and what the nozzle actually is. So the eddy current probe doesn't actually need to read 0. It just needs to read consistently, and then we can get the Z offset automatically. So fingers crossed. We can mitigate most of the problems with it, at least in the short term. Eventually, because I want to run a tool changer on this, I want to do clicky probe attached to the gantry itself instead of attached to each tool head, because I want to get the Z level of the gantry rather than the tool head. I won't have to level every time I change tools. It's impossible. Impossible. All right, so this is not relevant for today. However, unless somehow the tool head that's included with it is broken. This is the official touchscreen add-on. Don't know how much I'll use it, but I would like to have a nice interface for it. I had the BTT, the Big Tree Tech 3.5-inch touchscreen for my Ender 3. I really liked it. It made starting up the printer and getting it warmed up and getting it ready to go really fast. I liked that a lot. This is the touchscreen that Sovol includes. We've got a little aw. There's a little 3D printed, I don't know what this is, like a little latch on the back. Oh, this whole thing's actually 3D printed. This case is all 3D printed. This front bezel is all 3D printed. Oh, that's adorable. That's kind of cool. That's not bad. I wonder what printer they printed these on. Did they dog food it? Did they print these on pre-production SV08s? I don't know. So anyway, there's the touch screen. Nice. Say hello. All right. Well, let's get stuff going. Like I said, I glanced through the manual this morning. It's pretty straightforward. We're gonna have to do some maneuvering just because I have so limited space here. I'll probably have to set it up at first with the little click wheel, and then get it ready for the touchscreen is my guess. Okay. Too much stuff, not enough space. Alright. So, I'll grab the manual, because there's a lot of stuff in here. I moved my mouse windows. How did you start Visual Studio on me? Go away. I didn't even know I had that installed on here. Good lord. Apparently one of my mouse buttons is mapped to launch Visual Studio, which is kind of hilarious. I can't think of a more useless button. Okay, let's see. SV08 user manual. Okay. Assembly, page 5. Let's go. Yep. Okay, so Z3 and Z4 are facing front, it looks like. Alright. Cool. Try not to drop this. Kind of important. I guess we'll just... Whoa, that feels bad. Does at least stay there. Hey, you know, while I've got it tilted up, let's do the motherboard fan. That's gonna come off with these. I think are this adorable little driver. They are. Step 0, take the printer completely apart. Oh, be nice. There we go. Ooh, that's the fans connector. Right there. It's got some hot snot on it. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that is screwed in on the other side with a connector. It's another hex wrench. It's different size from the ones to take off the back cover. I'm just going to use my iFixit because the other ones are not quite as nice. They're all Allen keys. No thank you. Where are my fixes? Should do it. Yeah, that's the right size. Come on, open up. So these are machine screws that go into some like tapped holes in the sheet metal, sorta. Yeah, you can kind of see that. They're sort of part of the plate, not really. Oh, we've got some washers I gotta keep track of. That's nice. Where did I put that's where I put the pen. Ryan is here from Everything is Broken Garage. Hello, welcome. Always love Noctua's packaging. It's always very classy. It's just a fan, guys. It's okay. The fun part is you take that card off and it's just complete chaos. So many things. I think this comes with the right connector for this. Maybe it doesn't. Because this is the 24-volt version of this fan. So I think they include a JST connector. No, they include a splicing kit. Oh wait, hang on, there we go. Is that the right size? It is. Look at that. You get a Noctua branded JST connector. How's that, huh? Drop that right in. Don't even have to solder anything. Or crimp anything. How nice. That's gonna go like that, I think. There we go. Piece of cake. Easiest printer mod ever. Okay, we're gonna need, I think, to leave this off. Maybe not. These are our Z-axis connectors. So I think I can put this back on here. So to give you an idea of how moddable this printer is, it's basically, so if you know how Clipper works, you've got a microcontroller board, and then you've got basically a Raspberry Pi or some other like Android-capable ARM-powered machine that calls the shots. And basically what we've got is we've got the microcontroller section here. So you can see we've got our X and Y, our 4Z stepper motor drivers. Our extruder stepper is going to be on here somewhere. And then, oh, you know why it's not? Because it's on the tool head. Because the tool head is smart. Put mine away. The tool head, we pop the top off of this thing. It's just magnetic. You can see the tool head's got its own controller board on there. So the stepper driver for the tool head for the extruder is right on the tool head itself. It's a pretty cool design. It's actually pretty normal in the Voron community to do that. Usually you connect it with either USB or CAN bus. I think this is technically connected with the USB. I think. I'm pretty sure that that hot snotted USB connector there, it goes to the tool head. So what I was saying is how moddable it is this right here. You can't really see it, but right here is a removable eMMC flash module. It's bolted on, but you can unbolt it and remove it and reflash it with whatever you want, like mainline clipper or danger clipper. You also have to reflash the tool head so that it can communicate, but it's not a terrible, not a terribly complex job to do. It's definitely a goal of mine to do to this machine. I've got the eMMC programmer for this. You can order it when you order the printer. You can order the eMMC flasher, and I did. So it's on the docket for this machine. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Yeah, I think we can put this. I think we can put the bottom cover back on. And continue with the build. My little fan connector here. Gonna work it around the hot snot that's still in the socket. There we go. Plugged in. That's it. That's as hard as it is to mod it with a knock to a fan. You just get the 24-volt knock to a fan. Piece of cake. Okay. This goes around this way. Nope, not out of there. That goes there. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. There we go. A lot of wires. All right. These are free. Okay, yeah, we can screw these back in. Screw it in, back it out a little so they've got some floating room so I can realign the rest of these. These do just screw into the molded plastic, which is kind of bad, but how often are you going to have the bottom cover off of this thing anyway? Okay. Put this bottom one in here and stop floating the middle one. Okay. Assembly is the reverse of removal. Mm. Ooh. Well, the molded base is stronger than it looks. That's not so bad. There we go. Bottom cover's back on. We're gonna have to leave it tilted up like this for a sec while we put in the Z-axes. Let's see. What does this manual say? Oh, who do we got on? Tarina says, next week on Tech Ambrosia stream, I need to take the bottom off again. Not next week. Eventually I'm going to upgrade it to probably Danger Clipper, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. Alright, we've got our Z stepper wires. Yep, there's the one for this axis. This packing tape off of here. Okay. No idea how I'm going to have the room for this thing. So we're going to find out. Alright, so this is the front of the printer. Front of the printer gets Z3 and Z4. Okay. You're not a Noctua fan. What are you doing in the Noctua box? Surprise for me later. When I ask, what the heck is this thing doing in there? Okay, Z3 goes here. Now I see. How exactly, though? Oh, oh, like that. It goes like that. The locating screw there. Looks like maybe another one in there. Definitely one in there. Two on the top. Is it nice enough to say? I think this is just the one that, yeah, it's just the marker that tells you where. Okay. Yeah, we've got two on the top. There's two on the side. There we go. There's two on the side. And then one on the front. Okay. Cool. That's no longer stable. Good. Just need 3 arms. Okay. Oh, what do we got in here? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this adorable little spatula for like peeling prints off the plate. That's so cute. That is the end for the spool holder. We get our very own USB thumb drive for transferring prints. Oh, that's a, is that a spare? That's a spare nozzle wiping thingamajig. Oh, we've got the reverse Bowden tube for feeding filament. Good. Bungees of some sort. Thermal grease, that's kind of mildly terrifying. Hopefully we don't have to use that. That would be for reattaching the thermistor and the hot end to the heater cartridge. This is diagonal cutters. Pretty standard diagonal cutters. Ah, screws. That's what we need. And the zip ties for cable management. Okay. And another. Oh, and a spare hot-ended nozzle assembly. Nice. Hopefully don't need that either. Fingers crossed. Okay. I'll really quickly turn on my office exhaust fan here because it's starting to get warm. There we go. Okay. Does it need the same size? No. Every single one of these screws is a different size. Okay. Sure. One review I read, or one review that I watched, did say he was pretty annoyed that Sovol used different size screws for every single thing. That is definitely annoying. Would it have really killed you to just use M5 screws everywhere? Okay, at least they're labeled. Step 1, M4 by 30. Yeah, we'll need these. We'll need 2 of these. We'll need, there's step 2, M5 by 40. Yep, that's for this one. Step 3, M5 by 15. Looks like they want us to put these back in order. It looks like they want us to get all of the Z uprights all together and then start screwing them in. Like, that's fine. I can roll with that. With one on, then it'll at least hold itself upright. So this is Z1. It's the other side of the front. Gonna need Z4 for this. Yeah. Z1 goes over here. Get to that in a minute. Let's get Z4 on here. Z2. Z4. I see. Okay. That's actually not bad. Little blank spot in the extrusion where it like grips in and goes together. That's not bad. That is not bad. Okay. May as well, while we're getting these things plugged in, we can also get them plugged in. That is big. Lajungus. This should be Z1. Yeah. Z1. Yeah, okay. That's super easy, actually. It just presses in and then secures with a handful of screws. Easy peasy. Oh, am I crushing something? No, I'm not. All right, let's get these things screwed in. Okay. That is all miserable Allen keys. Okay. Here's my. Let's see. M4x30s. Super interesting, I'm sure. Gut Bomb says that's a lot of soda. You have no idea. You have no idea. The nice part, though, is that there's no sugar in it, so there's an upside. Okay, so there's my M4s. Bit from M4s. Nope, stay there. This will be for the M3s. I need one for the M5s. It should probably be this one, I would imagine. Let's find out. Ifrit is here. Ifrit says, oh no, I'm late. It's alright. We're just putting it together. It's no biggie. Good to have you here anyway. Oh, that's definitely too big. Yeah, no, that needs to be the next size down. Should do it. What? I use the same? Oh, I use the same size driver. Okay. You win this round, metric drivers. Alright, cool. All I'm gonna need. Okay. So, front of the printer is there. Yes, there's the front of the printer. So we're looking at Z2. I think. Yeah, this should be Z2. Z2, excellent. So, fasteners needed are. This one is the M4 or the M5. We've got a shorty M5 up here, an M4 here, and two M4s on the deck of the printer. Okay. Step 1, M4x30 into the deck of the printer. That makes sense. That's going to draw. It's going to draw the upright into the printer's deck, which it needs because it's not totally centered right now. The last thing you want is a 3D printer that's not square. M4x30. There we go. Beautiful. Step 2 is the M5x40 long boy. That is this one. Goes on the side. That's a big one. Oh, that needs a much larger driver. Let's see. Oh. Caught some tape on my chair, that's fine. All right. Adapter. 2mm hex. Okay. Step 3, M5 by 15 into here. Should be this one. Step 3, M5 by 15. Cool. Then step 4 is an M4 by 8 shorty. That is this one. Okay. Not too bad. A lot of fasteners to put in, and it's annoying that they only give you Allen wrenches to put these in. This would be very frustrating with just the Allen keys that they provide. That needs a smaller thingy. Well, that goes into a threaded insert. That's fun. Come on, get in there. There we go. Just like that. Alright, one of these is done. Sweet. Roll this thing over to the next one. Second verse, same as the first. Long boys. I want to be clear though, like this is not engineered badly. Because these slide in from underneath, it's real difficult to get these square just with your own like clamping force. So the first screws they have you put in are these long ones that go into the top of the deck, and they pull the whole upright flush into its connection. That's a good design, honestly. That's what you want. To be fair, these are not like bottoming into like metal or extrusion. For the most part, they're going into just injection molded plastic. Like this one here goes into a heat set insert. This one here does go into some metal. but the two on the top definitely don't. I think they just pull this molded piece in. So it's kind of unfortunate, but you know, what you gonna do? We do have input shaping on this machine, so we can always tune out most of the resonant frequencies. Stiffer is better, but we can at least make it reasonable. Step 3. Gutbomb says, you have a concrete block or something for this to sit on? Yes! I have a 24-inch paving stone out in my car that I have not pulled up here yet because I have no idea where I'll put it. I'm gonna have to like move this whole shelf here. I have to move it out a little bit to get the paving stone on there. Also, it's 45 pounds, and I don't feel like dragging it up two flights of stairs to get it up here. So I haven't yet. Whoops. That was not secure. Yeah, right? It's about as useful as a G5 Xserve can be, right? Give me my bit back. Thank you. The long boy. I think I forgot to put the smallest one in on the last leg of this. Oh, that's the wrong spot for that one. Should not be threaded that high up. I remember when the Xserve came out, everybody was like, "Oh, it's so cool! Apple's gonna make waves in the enterprise market." They super didn't. What university was it that used them? Virginia Tech. Didn't they build a supercomputer out of them? Didn't they? That's step 4. Step 4. Yep, I totally skipped this on the last one. Whoopsie. Okay, that side's done. This side. Step 1. I feel like I have a lot of these left. Maybe they're for other parts of the build? I hope so. It's these upper screws on the decking that pull into the injected molded plastic in the base. Those are the ones that you want to be real careful about screwing too tight. I think they're really just there to pull the leg in taut and get it ready for the other screws, which I think do the structural stuff. It's a technical term, structural stuff. That's all of our step 2 screws. Okay, so go in here. It does. Okay. Step 3, that's our last step 3 screw. Now we need, so those 2 are done. Step 4, I gotta go back and do in step 4 on the other one. I missed. It's on that one. Go. Yep, there it is. Forgot to put that one in. this one. There we go. All right, so that should be the base assembled. Flip this around. Upright. Ish. There we go. Just barely fits on the workbench. Barely. That is a big boy. Whew. Oh, we lose anybody? Hey, no, we're up to 20 people. Hello, welcome to the stream. That's right, thank you, Trina. Don't forget to smash that like button. Appreciate it, I appreciate it. Oh, all right. Okay, I want to try one thing before we continue, because I think it'd be funny, and I think I can get back there. Hang on one sec. Move this gigantic box. Oh yeah, I totally think so. So there's my old Ender 3. To give you an idea of how big this printer is, an entire Ender 3 can fit on the build plate. Oh, that's a big boy. All right, anyway, I just wanted to try that because that's funny. All right. Look at all the stuff we've got. We've got a power switch on the side here. Regular IEC inlet. We've got something up here. I wonder what that goes to. That's for the LEDs on the top. All right, well, let's see. What is the next step? Top frame. Okay. We'll use step 5 screws. Okay. I guess we're not doing the step 1 screws anymore. Step 5, M3 by 6. Oh, see, I touched my Ender 3 and I got screw grease all over my wrist, of course. Always, always. I will not miss that. Will not miss that at all. Okay. Really? So they say put the top frame on first and then put the gantry in. Okay. Alrighty. So there's the front of it. Ta-da! Just goes on top. Okay. It's good. Not stuck in the chair. Oh, it slides into little slots on each side. Oh, that's clever. a lot closer to square than I thought it was. There we go. And then these are just step 5 screws. These little guys, they're little. I think they need another different screw head. All right. Okay. To float one of them and then get the other one aligned. It's nice because they're countersunk and they go into pre-drilled holes on the top, leaving room on the top. There's like a ridge here. I don't know if you can see it, like along here, but there's a ridge all the way around the machine for a plexiglass top. So that's not bad. This is a serious printer. Okay, we'll float that one. Get the next one. There we go. Same thing over here. I can't see. Shouldn't be too hard. Float that one. Try to minimize the amount of batwing you all get to see. Apologies. Okay, there we go. Aha, of course, the last one is the least square. Makes sense. Load that one. There we go. Cool. Squared up and ready to roll. It's not bad. So far, pretty easy assembly. All right, next step. Whew. I'm glowing. The AB axis, that's right. So this is a core XY. So of course they don't call this the XY axis. This is the AB axis. This whole assembly is where the tool head rides. Get this packing tape out of here. Oh, right on the rail, really? You put tape over the linear rail? Points deducted for Gryffindor. Ugh. Why? There we go. That's much better. That's how that should move. Okay, so this goes in how? Like this. Apparently. Roughly. We've got a webcam over there on the side. You can't really see it, but it's right there. Excuse me. There's the return of our step 1 screws. Where did I put those? Where did I put the step 1 screws? There they are. Those are going to be used to secure the gantry into the z-axes. Okay, so let's get some. I guess we don't get rid of the packing tape yet. Alright, sure. Let's see. Some hair of mine, because you can't live in this house without having a bunch of hair everywhere. Got some motor factors I'm going to need to take care of, I think. Let's see. Front is dropping into place. The rear needs some persuasion. Where does this cable route? They say where to route it. I guess it doesn't have to be routed right now. We can route it when we put the tool head on. It's just annoying. Okay. Oh, it just barely fits. Okay. It's a little precision. That's fine. A little bit of precision. Let's see. It's a way more precise fit than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if I can get each side in here. There we go. These are some chunky Z motors. Holy cow. Whoa. Okay. We're in. Cool. We gotta secure it with the step 1 screws. Trina says, if you're allergic to the print gel, take it off your hands. More hair, of course. Should put in the rest of these step 1 screws. There's 2 on the front too. Oh yeah, look at that. These are beefy. Nice. Oh wow, there we go. Just gotta screw that in. This is screwed into plastic, so I'll be careful. Oh. One. Get in there. There we go. Whew. Here's your motorized screwdriver. Jeez. Okay. Here we go. This one's the most annoying. Right up in the corner. Not even biting into anything? I don't think so. Come on. Put in there. Okay, what's up with that one? Why are you not biting into the bearing block? So I can get the other one first. This one looks like it's ready to go in. Not quite. Alright, what is going on with these front ones? Oh, is that it? I need a better screwdriver. That was it. Okay. Just needed to align them better. David Starbucks' motorized screwdrivers cause more pain and snapped off screw heads. Get Bomb's right, there are adjustable torque versions for that. That is what I would want to get. This one is super annoying to screw in. I have about a fingertip's worth of purchase on this screwdriver. So it's super annoying. We'll have to do this again on the other side. David Starbucks, yes, but more power. There we go. That one took an age and a half, but that is in there. Nice and secure. Now to do the other side. That looks like it's already dropped in place. It has indeed. There we go. Cool. One more. Super annoying one on the other side. Nope, get in there. There we go. All right. is right up in the corner. Right up in the corner. So one of the things I heard you should do. Give me my screwdriver bit back. Thank you. So one of the things that I've heard you need to do with the SV08 is check the belt tension. This is a classical Voron, so we've got the AB motors under here. There's no motor shaft support on the top, so the maximum you can pull on these belts is about 2 pounds of pressure. So what you end up doing is you position the carriage right in the middle, and then you strum the belts with a frequency measuring app, and it should measure out to about 110 to 115 hertz. It sounds like these are pretty good. Let's see if you. Oh no, okay. More important than how many hertz you get when you strum the belt is they should be the same. Your top and bottom belts should sound the same, and these don't. Not even close. They're like a good fifth off from each other, so we're gonna have to tighten that belt. Fun! Alright, so what is the next step? Rear end of AB shaft, we got that. Those are both secured. Then it says do the filament holder. I put the filament holder. There it is. It goes on one side. It goes all the way over there, and it goes like that. I don't think I have room for that. That's annoying. If I can put it on upside down. Will you go on upside down? Will. Awesome. All right, that's what I'll do. I guess we're going to put it on there. This is the filament runout sensor. It is on like a universal joint, so like it does rotate around and stuff. So I think they did anticipate you putting this on what is essentially upside down rather than sticking straight up the side. So what does that need? Step 6, screws. That is here. Step 6, we've got screws and lock washers. Okay. Let's go through from the outside. Okay. So, oh, it must be threaded on the extrusion. That makes sense. That's gonna be annoying. Yeah, that would go on its own. It does not care. Okay. Step 6. Step 6. There. 4x10 are you gonna need? Yes, awesome. Okay. Lock washers. It's annoying to do at all. At least rotate this. 90 degrees. Give myself a better shot at getting it on there. Oh, that's a big boy. All right. So you see where they want the spool holder to go? Yeah, there's no way. I don't got the room for that. It sticks up way too high. I'm gonna put this on underside. Okay. Float that one in the socket, and then get the other one. There we go. Okay, hopefully that'll work. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. The spool holder itself is here. A lock nut for it. I guess if I put it on here, you can feed up. Will that work? Throw this on here and see what it does. Ah, okay, that goes in and locks. Oh, that is totally too small for that. Go. A roller spool holder. Drop a spool in here, see if it works. Yeah, that would work. Unroll it this direction through the runout sensor into the printer that way. Okay. I think that'll work. This is the front of the printer right here. So this is how it would go into the shelf. All right. This thing is massive. Absolutely bonkers. Okay, what is the next thing? Spool holder is on. Next assembly, extruder module. Okay, it just goes on the carriage and attaches with 3 M3 by 12 volts. Step 7. Okay, here's my step 7. Step 7. Cool. Easy enough. The housing off. Pop the housing off. There we go. Have to disconnect the fan. Remember to reconnect it. Oh, that's a disgusting hot snot on that connector. Gross. Gross, gross. Okay. They don't say, okay, nozzle cable should be straightened out and not twisted. They say there's a guide. Is that this guy? Thing up there too. Yeah, okay, so there should be a filament guide in here. Yeah, nope, that's the USB stick. It's the wiper. It's in the box of goodies. No. Step 8. Used up steps. Nothing else in the box. It's already attached to the thing. That's where it is. Okay. This needs to go onto one of the, I think it goes onto the gantry. Okay. Yes, okay, there we go. Comes out of the base, clips on here, there's a hole for it, right on this extrusion. Goes in with, that's step 8, okay. So this is good, we want these to come over the top. And this should secure with 3 screws, okay. Okay, that's not bad. That is a nice connection. Okay, let's get my step 7 screws. I feel like for the tool changer, for what I want to do with it, I'm going to have to like redo a fair amount of the tool head, which is annoying, but it's doable. Everything on this printer is open source, so all I have to do is learn some CAD, finally. This is also my inspiration for learning CAD is this printer. This uses a different screw size. Really? What? Why? So, oh yeah, we've been here before. Okay. All right, and these go in. There's 2 on this side and 1 on that side. I'll say that's probably you. It is indeed. In there. I think I might do that with the Allen key actually, because they're you can turn them at an angle. They don't have to be right on top of the bolt head. This one should be fine. There we go. Same with this one. Limits of clearance. That one, right? Sure feels like it. Okay. There's that. Wrench. See what I mean? These are the ball head Allen wrenches. It's kind of nice. So you can turn a screw that's not quite level. That is too large. phone size smaller. You. That's you. Yep, there we go. That is rigid. Nice. Okay, is that all we need to do? Yep, we just need to attach the carriage to the cables. Let's go in with the step 8 screw. Just right in the little screw hole spot for it. Like it was meant to. That's a long screw. There we go. Okay. I'm hoping the next step tells me all the things to connect, because there's a lot of connectors on that cable. Yeah, there we go. Wire harness wiring diagram after installing the tool head. Okay. All right. Quick break, folks. Sorry, I gotta run to the restroom. I'll be right back. 1 sec. Be right back. Probably need that. And we're back. And I got a glass of water. Hydrate or die straight. Alright, so let's get back to this. We've got wiring to do, which isn't that bad. I can pick the right view. Here we go. There we go. We do have quite a bit of wires. Quite a few connectors coming off of the main umbilical here. I know one of them is going to be this motor. I don't know if this is A or B, but it's going to be one of them. First thing they want to do is set up the screen. Sure. This is the little like click wheel screen that every printer's had since RepRap. It does have an emergency stop button, so that's important. EXP1 and EXP2. Alright, so that's EXP1. And EXP2. There we go. There's a little detent on the click wheel, as if this were like a volume knob or a tuning knob. That's kind of funny. Definitely just buying some generics from wherever they can get them. All right, here we go. Cable connections. All right. Oh, Carjon is off to do VR stuff. All right, have fun. Oh, that's the camera connector. That's what that is. Okay, that makes sense. Camera wire. Oh, that's got a little sticky on it too. Get that off of there. Films. So that must go. I think it's just this one, huh? No. Filament runout sensor, lower connector. Oh, that's for the light. Okay. So this connects the light. Alright. Okay. Gotcha. Connect the wrong thing here. Things I'm sure will go pop. Don't want to do that. Okay. Filament runout sensor, lower connector. What's this? This must be the camera connector. Maybe. The heck is this? Yeah. Ketchup and mustard cable. Three conductors. It's camera connectors. This is ketchup and mustard. That's 6 conductors, not 3. This has got to be the motor driver over here. Okay. This is, oh, okay. This should go here, I'm guessing. No, it doesn't fit. Oh, this goes in here. Yes? No? Maybe? No, it goes in here. It's an adventure. This is the filament runout sensor lower connector, I believe. Make sure I have that plugged in the right way. Yes. Like this. There we go. That's something, I don't know. I don't think that's a connector, that's just a like a boss on the base. That's in, what are you? I think that is still the camera connector. Where does it go? Let's go into this. Det 2. What is that? Oh, hang on. We've got a short motor connector and a long motor connector. Okay, gotta take this tape off here first. Got it. It's making more sense now. This one goes here, labeled X. There we go. Nope, that's labeled Y. Oh, X goes the other side. Okay. Y goes there. Should be B rather than Y, or X. Should be A instead of X. Oh, this one's X. This would be A. Just there. I'm just being pedantic. And there. Oh, I think we can put the fan back on here. Okay. Shroud back on there. Motors are connected. Light connector. That's this. Okay, this is the light connector. And this goes to... Where is the light? The light is here. Oh, here we go. LED 2. This is the light connector. Not terribly well labeled in the instructions. Okay. LED 2 goes up here. Oh, that is a devilish connector. There we go. That's the light. What is this one? It's got to be the filament runout sensor connector. There's got to be a connector missing on the other side of this filament runout sensor. Yes, there is. So that's there. That is runout sensor connector. This is... Where are you? Oh, this is the camera connector. This goes... Ah, that's 6 conductors, so that goes into here. There you go. I think that's everything. Connected. Camera connectors connected. Install PTFE tubes at both ends. Place the longest end of the Teflon tube. That doesn't make any sense. I guess there's a thing in the middle of it, isn't there? Where did I put it? There it is. It's sitting right in front of me. Longest end of the Teflon tube, so that must be this. That goes into the tool heads. The blue clip faces the motor. It must be the extruder motor. Okay. There we go. And it is. Yes. The other one goes into super tight. This is a reverse Bowden. So the extruder motor is always pulling filament out of the through the tube. Should be able to pull this out of the way. I think that is what some of these are for, yeah? Maybe? What's it say about it? Yeah, pneumatic couplings. Oh, now it says to plug in all the Z connections. We already have all the Z motors plugged in, so that's all good. Oh, it has individual instructions for each of the wires, including how to route them. How nice. There are little routing bosses on here. Oh, that's nice. I should probably do that at some point. We are running and gunning for the home stretch here because I want this to be done. I think that's what these are for. I can use one of these just to keep this PTFE tube out of the way. Maybe that'll stay together? I have no idea. Okay. That's it. Then it goes over the options in the menu. I think it's time to turn it on. What do we think? Well, Joe, I didn't know either. Also, hello. Welcome, Joe, from Joe's Computer Museum. Joe says, I didn't know that the spool could be mounted downwards like that. Neat. I didn't either. I just kind of tried it. It seems to work. So I'm going to run with it because I don't have that much vertical space to mount the spool. And I'm going to use a different spool for this, for the initial test. Let's do... Is this silk? I don't want to start printing with silk. That's silk. Let's do some very boring gray PLA we can start with. This is brand new spool. If you have any problems, we'll know. Okay. That is not strong enough to do that. Some delicious silica gel. Mmm, yummy. Okay. I need to get stuff off of the bed of this thing. Woo! That's a good sign. It's brand new spool. It already snapped. Great. Oh boy. Okay. This is the direct drive extruder, so I'm going to try just a flat cut on this filament. Where you just cut perpendicular to the filament path. Usually, like with my Ender 3, I would always do a diamond cut. Not really a diamond cut, but I do cut along one side. Oh, that does not want to get through the runout sensor. Come on, you. In there. There we go. Just had to straighten it out a little bit. Okay, we're touching the extruder, so let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's get this plugged in, see what she does. Clean this bed off. Plug is going to be that side. On this side, way over here. Let's reach. Let's use another one. Come on. Come on. I'm stuck on. Plug that in there. Plug this in here. So this is booting. Clean this bed off real quick. All right, we got life. Oh, that bed feels like ass. I am going to order a fresh sheet for this thing. Okay. See if we can watch it do a dance, huh? I'm gonna have it do a quad gantry level. See if it works. I'm guessing that shouldn't happen. Okay, what did I plug in wrong? Great! Wonderful! That is a grumpy sound, Joe. Yes, it is. Why? Okay, it does say this. The first thing you should do is calibrate Z offset. That does do a quad gantry level by itself. Give it a shot. Leveling. Calibrate Z offset. Yes, calibrate Z offset. Do it. Okay, it's heating the bed. I did not didn't tension the belts. Well, I just want to make sure this thing works first. The screaming was not conducive. So you might imagine that a heated bed this large is going to take a while to heat up, but it actually is, it's mains powered. So it's got 120 volts AC going into it. So it heats up pretty quickly. We're already at 62 degrees Celsius. At least according to the thermistor, the edges of the bed are still cool to the touch. So like it's going to take a while for it to actually heat soak, but you can definitely feel heat coming off the center of it. She moving. Now the question is, will it bump into the spool with the spool here? Guess we'll find out. Answer is no. Yeah, Dave Starbucks says it looks happy. It sure does. Is now heating the nozzle. That is the nozzle cooling fan. Cleans the nozzle. That is the part cooling fan you're hearing. And does Z offset. These cables out of the way. It's going to touch that force gauge. To get the Z offset. Then it probes that with the eddy current probe, and it should be able to automatically calculate Z. That's the idea, anyway. So now it's doing a quick bed mesh of just this area, and it's going to print the bed mesh test print. We'll see if it works. I'm going to have to push the filament in, I think, because it's just touching the extruder gears. It's not, like, loaded in or anything. That's not promising. Totally just dragged the nozzle on the print bed. That's good. We're off to a good start. Alright, it's heating up the nozzle again. It's going to want some filament here in a second. There we go. It's loading filament. Filament has come out of the nozzle. The correct color filament has come out of the nozzle. It's putting plastic on build plate. It's doing the thing. Downside to this extruder design is that it's really blocky and it's really difficult to see the actual nozzle, to see what it's laying down. Joe says, neat, now check how accurate it is at the far extremes of the bed. Yeah, that's the thing. Johnny Chang asks, what firmware does the Sovol use? This uses a Sovol mix of Clipper. However, you can buy, and I did buy, an eMMC programmer. So this is basically like a Big Tree Tech Manta board for its main board. So it's like it's an all-winter H515 running Clipper, and then it's got an STM32 motor board. You can push it back to mainline Clipper. There's a couple of folks who've done that on YouTube. I'm gonna do that. Actually, I'm probably gonna put Danger Clipper on this. The only thing is you have to flash that eMMC for the all-winter, and then you also need an STM. The STM flasher, I forget what the name of it is, but it's for flashing the actual STM32s, because you need to flash the two microcontroller boards that are in the tool head as well to go back to vanilla Clipper. But it's possible, 100% possible, go back to vanilla Clipper on this, and I'm gonna do it eventually. Yeah, I'll be honest, the first layer quality on this one is mediocre. It's a little too close to the bed. But we knew that going into it. The eddy current probe is not that accurate, and it did not heat the bed up long enough. Not even close. So it saves that bed mesh, which is not great because it's not a great bed mesh, and it reboots. So it has now rebooted. The hot end fan is going because it's at 220 degrees. There we go. That is the initial calibration out of the box. Nice. Johnny Chang says, I bought a Big Tree Tech SKR Mini E3. Still waiting for the fan connector to upgrade an Ender 3 Pro. Nice. You missed it at the start of the stream, but as I was putting this thing together, I took my old Ender 3, and you can plop an Ender 3 right on the build plate of this thing. It takes up all of the build plate. That's how big this thing is. Alright, so we've got a really basic and silly calibration print done. Yeah, it's too low. I don't want to self-adjust the Z offset. Let's see if we can do a quick heat soak and see what it'll do with that. So that was just the out-of-the-box fiddling. Oh, this is way too close to the bed. Way too close. Ugh. Yeah, that heated bed is no joke. It's still 60 degrees. Oh, this is... There we go. Okay, that's it coming off of there. Mostly because it's too warm, but it's also too close. Alright, it's off of here. You too, Poindexter. Get off of there. Yeah, that's way too close. I don't know if you can see that, but we've got ridging indicating that it is too close to the bed. But let's try. We've blown so through the time I was thinking this was going to take. But I want to try, let's see. Can I move you around? Excuse me. Let's do a homing sequence here. I gotta move these wires, they get stuck in the middle of this thing. Alright, well that's something to do for later. Let's get all these wires organized. That auxiliary part cooling fan hanging off the back, it keeps dragging against those wires. Okay, so we're homed. Now, can I... Yeah, so if I set this to preheat, ideally what I'd do is I would set this as a macro, because this is running Clipper, you can just add macros to your printer config. Set a macro that warms it up and just lets it sit here, just homes it, and then heats it up. What I want to do is heat soak the eddy current probe on the bottom of this thing. We took a look at this earlier. Why do I have a spare tool head? Because I'm going to turn this into a tool changer eventually. But we can use this as a diagram, right? So here's the tool head, right? So on the underside, you see that little black piece there with the bullseye logo on it. That's the eddy current probe. And if we heat this up, it doesn't become more accurate, but it does become more consistent. So if we can get this up to a normal temperature and then run the auto leveling, we should get a better mesh, I hope. Then we can try printing something. Really see this thing go. Okay. So it says it's preheated. The edges of the bed still, like, they're warm, but they're not 65 degrees Celsius. So I'm gonna wait and let it heat up some more. We open up Orca Slicer here and we'll grab a model to print. They should have a speed benchy on the card. We want to try the speed benchy? It's supposed to be like a 14-minute benchy. So I'm going to have it do the whole thing again, calibrate Z offset, now that it has warmed up and hopefully heat soaked the eddy current probe. We'll see what happens. So first does a quad gantry level. Cooling the nozzle. So it gets a reading from the eddy current probe, and then it touches the nozzle to the force cell in the corner. I think that's what it is. Maybe it's a conductor. Then it reads that level with the eddy current sensor, and it double checks its work. And it's going to do that silly print again. We'll see if it's any better this time. I think this is all just set up as a macro in Clipper, so I can change all of this stuff, I think. I'm pretty sure. I definitely don't need it to print a calibration every single time I run this. I don't love that. Why does it drag it all the way along the bed, right at the end? I don't love that. I get a feeling we're going to get the same result. It's my guess. I mean, that would be, honestly, that would be a plus, because inconsistency is the problem with the eddy current probe, more than anything. It's purged a little poop on the side of the bed. How nice of it. Purge line looks good. No issues. It's definitely not as close to the bed this time, which is good. It was too close last time. It's still a pretty decent first layer, though. The thing I don't get, right? So it uses CAMP, right, which is the Clipper Adaptive Mesh Probe. So it only probes the area where it's going to print, but it takes this and it saves it as its mesh, which, like, you haven't probed the whole bed, bud. Like, what are you saving? So we've got a bed mesh that is basically the center of the bed only. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Which is weird, because, like, this isn't the first printer that Sovol has sold that's run Clipper. You know, like, they've sold a couple of printers at this point that run Clipper. You'd think they'd figure this out already. Yes, Joe says it runs and saves a new mesh every time, which is stupid. Yeah, exactly, exactly. These I'm pretty sure are just, they're just macros in your printer.config. I'm pretty sure you can change these. I don't think we're gonna do we're not gonna rebuild the bed heating macro today on stream, because this has taken a long freaking time. But I will do that in the next few days, and I'll get one to you, Joe. I know you've got one of these printers. You're looking for calibration tools. That looks spot on. It's squished into the bed. It's not as squished as the last one was, but it is squished in well, which I like to see. Because I don't trust this build plate. It's supposed to be PEI, but PEI isn't black, right? Like, black build plates make me think of like these nasty old school ones from like the Ender 3. This isn't PEI. This is polycarbonate, and these things suck. Supposedly that's a PEI build plate. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. That is stuck on there like crazy. Yeah, purge line looks good. Allow the filament on the edge next. And Joe says, confirms they can be hacked. Yes. So the thing about this printer, and the reason I got it, is that this is a Voron 2.4. Sovol took the designs for the Voron 2.4 and they commercialized it. They replaced the 2020 extrusions with their own extrusions. They've injection molded a bunch of parts that are normally 3D printed, but it's a Voron 2.4, and it does all the normal things that a Voron 2.4 would do, including like the force gauge in the back for Z offset, the flying gantry. It's all Voron 2.4, and because of that, you can use a whole bunch of the hacks that the Voron community has put together, and they just work on this printer. It's pretty great. So that's way easier to get off the last time. Definitely not as close to the bed this time. Get off of there. This one sucks though. There we go. Okay. Now, air, home. So the homing, also a total Voron thing. There's no limit switches on this thing. Like there's no little clicky limit switches. When it homes, it runs the gantry, the whole X gantry, into the back until it senses high current on the motors. It's sensorless homing. Does the same thing on the X-axis. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, so we are homed. Let's preheat this again. The edges of the build plate they're still a little toasty, but they're definitely not 65 Celsius. And we'll do a speed bench in just a second. Should be fun. Speed benchy. David Starbucks says PEI equals Prince Edward Island? No, I don't remember what it stands for. It's some kind of polymer. You can actually print PEI. It's really hard to print because PEI is the thing that you print on, and it has to take all of the various filaments you throw at it. But you can print PEI. If any of you know the Voidstar Lab channel, Zach Friedman, he did a series of like printing every filament, and he printed some PEI. Stuff's wild. Very robust. Very difficult to print. What does PEI stand for? Yes, polyetheramide. Polyetheramide. Okay, I think nozzle is certainly heated up, right? Yeah, that bed's ready to go. Let's see what we got on the USB. Here we go. 3D Benchy, fast, 12 minutes. Go. Here we go. Dave is here from Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Dave says, nice new toy, thank you. This thing is going to help me print that that test bench that Garth's been looking for beige G3 motherboards. Because it needs a slightly larger printer. Okay, it's going to do the Z offset. I think. Maybe, maybe not. We did a homing. Why does it do that? God. Just drags the nozzle on the edge of the bed. Yes, yes, Ifrit, a test bench for beige G3s. I have a pair of them in my possession at this point. I promised Garth I was going to build one, and I've got like an early prototype, and I ran out of build space on my Ender. She quick! Here we go, 12-minute benchy. This isn't the most sturdy desk, so yeah, this shakes a fair amount. Yeah, it's going fast. We are 40% done. Yeah, Ifrit says that's a vendor-supplied benchy, so it could be using some tricks. It's definitely printing very fast. If I drop a regular 3D benchy onto the default profile in Orca Slicer, it times itself out to about 28 minutes for a normal benchy. Yeah, it's got some frame flex. It is also on squishy feet, and this table is not particularly rigid either. I have heard like there is you can buy an enclosure for it that screws in there, and I have heard that it does increase the rigidity of the machine. I'll have to figure out something else for my spool holder because I'm running my spool holder upside down and that doesn't work with the enclosure, but eventually I would like to enclose this printer. It's kind of a beast for ABS and ASA. Ifrit asks, is there an Orca profile for the Sovol? Yes, there is. There's one built in, just to, like, you just go download Orca Slicer 2.2, and it's built in. And then Sovol also supplies their own on the little USB stick. I don't know if they're any better, but seems fine. It's certainly not, you know, speed benchy speeds, but that's okay, honestly. It's a nice demo to show you, you know, how fast the Voron motion system can actually go, because it is quite fast. The ceiling on this printer is very high, just by the nature of it being a Voron 2.4. Coming up to it. It's about to print the top of the Benchy. We are 81%. And it's also important to keep in mind that this is out of the box and it's completely untuned. It does have an accelerometer built into the tool head, so we can do input shaping on it. So like we can recalibrate the input shaping, which I'm gonna do after stream once I tighten all the belts, because the AB belts are not evenly tightened, and it's kind of bothering me. Everything else seems like it's pretty okay. I'm going to see if I can work up a macro for preheating and then running the bed mesh on a full mesh. As much as I like camp, I do want to at least like see what the actual, like, what this eddy current probe is saying. We're doing the smokestack. 97%. There we go. Total time 13 minutes, including prep. Ifrit says that G3 bench available anywhere to see. It's not ready yet. Part of the whole reason of getting this printer is that I can perfect it. Because the mounting points for the G3 beige motherboard is right at the back. There's like two spots that it slots into, and then there's a screw at the front. Like literally the front of the board. So like you need at least I think a Bamboo Lab with a 256mm build plate to print it. And I've only had my Ender with a 220mm build plate. It was just not enough build plate to actually get it to work. So it's a project on my list. It's not ready yet. It's not even close to ready yet, but this is gonna let me make it. So let's take a look at that Benchy. Gimme. Printed with a brim. Probably wise, given the bed adhesion issues with this printer. Okay. And a little tiny skirt. Look, it's so cute. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. Have a look there, y'all. Let's get this thing to focus. Will you focus? Will you focus? Will you focus? Come on, camera. Won't focus. Boo! See if I can get it to focus on my A cam. Hang on. All right, let's see if you can see this. That's not bad. 13 minutes. Like, that bow is really good. You know, we've got some lost detail on the back end here. But like, the porthole looks good. The bridges over the con tower look good. Like, the bridging performance is stupendous. And of course the... Come on, camera. A little under extrusion on the top, but like, that smokestack is perfect for a 13-minute benchy. Dang! Dang! Yeah, no, it does. It looks good. That looks good. And like the cooling, right? So like you'd expect the cooling fan would be pushing, you know, air down on the sides, right? So you'd think they'd orient the benchy, you know, this way to give it more cooling performance, but they didn't, because clearly it doesn't need it. The bow on this looks amazing. I've had printers do, you know, 30-minute benchies that don't look this good. Dang. That is impressive. It looks pretty matte. So this is definitely pushing the limits of what the extruder can do as far as flow rate. Right? Because if you're extruding shiny filament, that means you're actually melting the filament all the way through. If you're extruding matte filament, it means you're not completely melting the filament. You're right at the edge of what your extruder and hot end can do. And a lot of this is matte. We've got some shiny up here. Most of this is matte. Most of the surfaces on this are matte. So it's really, it's running right up against the maximum of what it can do on the hot end. But that's still really impressive. 13 minutes. That's not bad. And for something that looks this good, that's real impressive. That's real impressive. All right, well, I think we're gonna cut the stream there because it has been 3 hours, and I have places to be and people to talk to. Not that y'all aren't amazing. Thank you so much for enjoying the stream. It was fun. It was fun. David Starbucks says tugboat. Dave says, wow, that's good. Dave, you asked what resolution the printer is. I think you mean what size the build plate is? Yeah, because it's an FDM printer. Like, the resolution on them is all the same. Really good. But limited by the size of the nozzle. The size of the build plate is 350 by 350 millimeters, and it can print up to 345 in Z. It's very big. It's very big. Yeah. Dave Starbucks says, you made a wise choice, Amber. The unit will serve you well. So here's the kicker, right? So if you want to go out and build a Voron 2.4, you go get a kit from like LDO Motors for like $750, I think maybe $600, and it's a kit. You still have to get all the printed parts from someone, printed in ABS so that they can withstand the heat. You're looking at probably $1,000 to build a Voron 2.4. This thing is $580. Like, seriously. $579 on Sovol's site. This thing's a steal, honestly. If you want a good Voron 2.4 kit, you're looking at like $1,200 to $1,400 for like good quality motors, you know, good extrusions with an enclosure. With the printed parts included, you're looking at like $1,400. $589. That's not bad. It is not bad. Efreet says it's on sale right now, $539. There you go. There you go. I got it right before it went on sale. Darn it. Worth it, honestly. Worth it. It's an incredible detail, or it's an incredible bargain. There's a couple of things to work out, though. Some things to look out for, like that Z offset issue. I don't know if I'll do a video on it. Maybe I will do a video on it. I don't know. My 3D printing videos never do super well on the channel, but I do want to kind of overhaul the calibration routines on this machine and get this thing calibrating more consistently. Because there are known issues with this thing calibrating, especially if you want to do a full bed print, which is one of the reasons I got this, because I want to print. I want to print the SE Mini enclosure, right? You print it in 4 pieces on your Ender 3 or whatever, and this thing's large enough that it can print all 4 pieces all together on the bed in 1 piece. And that's one of the things I want to do with this, and that's what Joe has been trying to do with his, and he's been having minimal success, so I want to help him out with that. But yeah, that's this thing is good for a lot of stuff. Of course, also 350 millimeters means it's helmet class. If you want to do cosplay, you can just print a whole cosplay helmet just right on the build plate. You don't have to split it up into pieces. If you've ever wanted to do, you know, a Mandalorian cosplay or whatever, hooray! I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with this thing. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And like I said, I got a couple of tool heads for it. I want to try and turn it into a tool changer. I'd like to run like PLA and PETG, and I don't know, maybe a soluble filament for supports, or hook one of the tool heads up to like the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder for multicolor printing, something like that. I think it'd be cool. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. I hope everybody had fun. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you in the next one. I didn't even get the touchscreen installed. I'm not even sure where it goes. Oh, I think it goes. It replaces the front screen like there. I'll figure out how this actually attaches. But touchscreen. I'll figure that out and report back. I don't know if we'll do another stream with the printer, but you'll definitely see it in future videos, that's for sure. It'll at least be in the background. That's for definite sure. Alright, y'all. Have a wonderful night, and be kind to yourself and others, and may the PC parts be ever in your favor. Alright? Have a great night.